Gatti, and welcome to the very first episode of the Little Black Cat Knits podcast, a podcast all about knitting and crocheting and occasionally any other crafty things I might get myself into. My name is Ashley, and you can find me on Instagram as Gatti Yarn Co. and also on Etsy as Gatti Yarn Co. You can find me on Ravelry as AM Gats. I'm gonna put everything down below so it's easier for you guys to find. But yeah, so I've been debating starting this podcast for a really long time, and today I finally decided to bite the bullet and do it. So I guess we'll just jump right into things. The first thing, I only have like one finished object, and it's been finished for a while, so but I haven't really had much. I have been all over the place working on whips, so but my first finished object, or only I should say, is this Harvest cardigan by Tin Can Knits, and it's been getting a lot of love. I wear it almost every single day when I'm not wearing long sleeve shirts like I am right now. But I knit it out of Wool-like Impeccable, I believe, in the colorway Forest, and this is like, I think it's like the Michaels brand of yarn. It's like loops and threads. I did that because with my little 3-year-old running around, I really need like sweaters that I can just toss in the washer and dryer and just call it a day. But yeah, I've been absolutely living in this thing. So I guess we'll move on to whips. I don't really have that many. I've been trying to get stuff finished, but life has been just so hectic that I've really only been working on 3 whips currently, that I've like really been getting all of my attention because I kind of like really need to get them done. So the first one I'll talk about is a sweater I am knitting for my friend's daughter, and it's in a project bag that I recently made myself from a tutorial from In a Pickle Knitting, I believe. I'll have to double check that, put everything in the show notes obviously. But it is the Sinead sweater by, let me look. It is a paid for pattern, that much I do know. It is the Sinead sweater by, where is it? Christina Drummond, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Let me see if I can pull up a picture of it without showing any of the pattern, because like I said, it is paid for. But it is a really adorable kind of Irish kids sweater, and my friend Katie is Irish and it is for her daughter. She wanted it done for St. Patrick's Day, and this is a very belated Christmas gift because I overwhelmed myself with the Christmas knitting, not gonna lie. If you follow my Instagram, you know that. But this is the progress I have so far. It is knit in pieces, and right now I am working on the back, and I'm absolutely loving it. The pattern is just gorgeous and so simple. This is only 2 days worth of knitting, and it's because I'm like trying not to overwhelm myself. I'm just trying to like kind of pace myself as I'm working on stuff, so trying not to go and like overwhelm myself and get crazy with trying to finish stuff like as quickly as possible. Like I'm not trying to do that. So yeah, I'm knitting it in Lion Brand yarn Heartland in the colorway Grand Canyon. I bought 3 skeins. I'm probably a little less than halfway through the first skein. I always overbuy my yarn. I don't know if you guys do that too, but I always overbuy my yarn because I'm always like, I don't want to play yarn chicken. So, but yeah, this pattern is an absolute joy to knit. It knits up so quickly. I'm just knitting it on these like wooden straight needles that I bought. Oh my god, I'm pretty sure I bought them on Amazon like when I first started like knitting to like teach myself how to knit, and I have no idea what brand or anything they are. But for this yarn, it's working well. I feel like if I had used a metal needle with this, the yarn would be sliding all over the place. So, but yeah, so this is the whip that is getting the most love right now because I'm trying to get it done by St. Patrick's Day. I am quickly running out of time. But luckily, my best friend Katie and I have been friends since we were 12, so if I'm running a little late on it, she's not going to take my head off. So, the next whip that has been getting a lot of my attention is in just this giant bag because I genuinely do not have anything smaller or bigger or big enough in a project bag that will hold this. But it is the Noah blanket by, got everything in iBooks, my goodness. Okay, the baby blanket Noah by Le Petit Mouton? I'm gonna put it down there. I can't pronounce anything for like the life of me. But this is the picture of the blanket. And I am doing it in the same colors. This is for my friends Bobby and Nicole, who are expecting their first little one in May. So I am trying to get this done. I know I have some time, and it's a really easy knit, but so far it's coming along. My issue with it right now, which is why I can't really pull it out of the bag, is the fact that there's a lot of bobbins involved in the intarsia, and normally I'm like totally fine with color work. I love color work, and I have no problem knitting color work. It's just that for whatever reason this intarsia is killing me because of all the bobbins. I can't. It's killing me. But I am knitting this blanket out of Lion Brand Pound of Love in the colorways Oxford Gray and Antique White. And the blue, I want to say, is Karen 1 pound, but I lost the tag. I'm not quite sure where it went. Chances are my son found it and threw it out, or one of the cats got a hold of it. But yeah, that's been getting a lot of my attention because I need to get that done before little baby arrives. So the next and final whip that has been getting most of my attention, I shouldn't say final whip because I have about, oh my god, I don't even want to, I can't even think. I have like so many other whips that I just like have not been working on because I get too sad. Do you guys get sidetracked when you're working on your whips? Because I know I do. It's like my focus right now is on like these things that have to get them done, and like I have like so many other whips I just don't feel like doing them. I don't know. I also just want to cast everything on, but I know I shouldn't be doing that until all of these whips are done. So the last one of my whips that is getting the most of my attention is in this giant Vans bag because once again, it's the only thing big enough to hold it. I'm not going to be able to pull it out completely because it's just too big. But it is a gigantic corner to corner crochet blanket. There's no pattern. I just pretty much YouTubed how to do a corner to corner blanket and have been, you know, working on that. This has been going on for probably about a year, maybe even longer, that I've been working on this blanket. But I am finally at the point where I am decreasing on both sides to get it to come to a point and finish it so I can finally use this blanket before it gets too warm out. But it is full of Karen cakes. That is all I've used for this. I didn't save any of the bands because I never really thought I would start a knitting podcast or anything, so I didn't really think it was necessary. But the final color Karen cake that I'm using, it's the Karen Big Cakes. The one that I'm on now is, which I hope I have enough left on, might have to go buy another one, is in the colorway Cherry Cake. So that is the one that I am currently adding to this gigantic monstrosity of a blanket. But I will say this blanket is one of my favorite things to work on when I kind of want to just work on something, but I don't want to feel overwhelmed by what I'm working on, because it's just kind of the like double crochet, like the stitches and everything, it's just kind of mindless. It's like super easy to just work on. So yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything I'm working on. The last thing I did want to talk about is some of the yarns available in my shop right now. There are much more available, but these are the only ones I thought to, or well, I grabbed to bring up here, but I'm going to show them off to you guys. So the first is in my Assemble collection, which is inspired completely by the Avengers, and this is Red on My Ledger, which is inspired by Black Widow. Let's see, the next in that same collection is Genius Billionaire Playboy Philanthropist, which is inspired by Iron Man. And these are all, currently the only thing I have in my shop is my signature sock base, which is a fingering weight base, and it is 100 grams, 462 yards, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, super squishy, absolute dream to knit with. But currently I'm really only carrying fingering weight because I just want to see how it goes before I start adding other weights to my shop. But the next one in the Assemble collection is Don't Make Me Angry, and is inspired by the Incredible Hulk. Next in that collection is called Sharpshooter, and it is inspired by Hawkeye. The other two colorways that are in this collection are Star Spangled Man, inspired by Captain America, and You're the God of What Again, inspired by Thor. Those two I don't have up here with me, but I do have on the shop. The last two I have up here with me are from my Road So Far collection, which is inspired by the show Supernatural. And the two colors I have up here with me are Trench Coat, which is inspired by Castiel, and Kick It in the Ass, which is inspired by Sheriff Jody. The other colorways in this collection, which are on my shop, are You Betcha, which is inspired by Donna, Moose, which is inspired by Sam, Leather and Whiskey, which is inspired by Dean, and 67 Chevy, which is inspired by the Impala. So yeah, you can find all of those on my Etsy shop, which, like I said in the beginning, is Gatti Yarn Co. And I will make sure everything that I talked about, links to patterns, all that jazz, is in the show notes. I may stick it in the down bar too at first before I, hopefully by the time I get this up, there will be a Ravelry group for the podcast. And if there is, I will insert the name of it on the bottom of the screen right now. But yeah, I think that's it. I don't have any stash acquisitions or anything like that. Haven't really gone yarn shopping. Mainly because you can't let me loose in a yarn store, or I will have no room for any yarn anymore anyway. I have to kind of weed through my stash first. But I think that covers everything. So until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching. And yeah, I will see you in the next podcast. Bye.